Okay, before we start, first and foremost, let's acknowledge what's going on in this building here, okay? Engineers black, business black, host black, guest black, dressed fresh. It's all black everything.
All black everything.
I'm gonna have to put some air horns in that part right there.
Right.
Let's address what's going on.
Table black,
right?
flow black, couch
Right.
black,
The couch
chair black,
right.
and speakers
Curtains
black,
backdrop black. You know what I'm saying?
albums black,
Right. Cameras black.
Black Michael Jackson.
Right. Oh shit.
We got Black
Michael
Mike.
Jackson.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, he not lying though.
It's Black Mike.
He not lying. He not lying. But anyway, Royals, what is going on?
I can't.
It's your girl Q the Queen here, back again for another season of Our History Is Now. This is episode 1, and I got a very special guest here today. Very, very special.
Oh, she called me special.
We talked about being fresh, all black everything, black owned, Afresh, culture.
Yeah. It's a little bit deeper meaning to it too.
Okay, let's talk about the layers of it.
Okay.
Because when you think of fresh, and then you have culture with it, and then it just happens to be on a t-shirt.
Right.
Just happens to be on some sweatpants. Just happens to be on a cap.
Right.
Some earrings, whatever the case may be.
Yeah,
You're just
yeah.
thinking, okay, this is about dress fresh.
Right. So on top of that, so that's one meaning there,
Okay.
right? So you put on your clothes, you put your kicks on,
For sure.
everything, you feel a certain way. The other layer of it is a spiritual thing. So when I came up with the name of Fresh Culture, I used to do t-shirts back in the day, like 2012, 2013. And I stopped along the way, and a homie hit me up and was like, yo, why you stop doing shirts? I was like, life happened and just things, and it just fell to the side, He's like, you should start doing that again. And the shirts that I used to do was just this word that said YOLA. It played off the word YOLO. You only live
Okay.
once, so it's you only live again.
Okay.
Because I feel like
So this was recent.
this is like I said, 2013-ish.
Okay.
Yeah. You only live again.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a firm believer in the gospel.
Okay.
So I have a lot of faith behind me, and
The church.
The church. He that is in Christ is a new creature. All old things pass away. All things become new again. You only live again.
Amen.
But it was a playoff of a word, of a popular word, so it
Okay.
kind of died.
Okay.
You know what I
Okay.
mean? So he hit me up with that. He was like, "You do that again?" I was like, "Yeah, but I can't do that YOLO thing. Yeah, YOLO thing again." I said, "It's played out. You can't do that again." It's like he's like, "You should do something." I'm like, "All right, cool. All right, we'll see what happens."
Yeah.
Same day, hours later, going through my Facebook feed,
Mm-hmm.
and you get that memory that pops up, and it was one of my old YOLO shirts.
Okay.
I was like,
Wow.
"Oh, look at that."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
for
like,
sure. Yeah,
all right,
yeah.
all right.
Mm-hmm.
My homeboy from Idaho sent me a message after that.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I just put on my old YOLA shirt. It's a tank top, whatever.
For sure.
He put it on to the picture of it. Man, I was like, all right. I believe in this whole three
This
thing.
might be something.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
this might be
The whole
something.
three
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
And this is me and my spirit going, right? So, you got the three.
Mm-hmm.
You got the Father, Son, Holy Spirit. You got the 3 nails. You got to destroy the temple and build it back in 3 days. So this whole three thing. I'm like, okay, what am I supposed to be doing with this? Right? So I was like, all right, I'm going to go ahead and roll with it. I'm going to figure out what I'm going to do. So the name of Fresh Culture, there was this band that made this song called Fall Afresh. I had never heard the word afresh until that point.
Okay.
So I looked it up. I was like, I know what fresh means, but what is a fresh? And that's when I found out what it means. I was like, that's a dope word to me. And then the culture has a lot of layers too, right? So you got black culture, you got sneaker culture, you got the hip hop culture, you got the culture of, to me, staying fresh daily, wake, pray, forgive, repent, give thanks, stay fresh
Wow.
daily.
Wow.
And to me, that's how I feel I kept my soul, my spirit fresh every day. Stay in a good mood, be a light to people, And that's how I roll. And that's where the culture of staying fresh came in. So a fresh culture layered on each other, and it has a few different layers. It's like a Jay-Z line, like a triple entendre. You know what I mean?
No, it's cool. I mean, because when you refreshed your brand and you came up with something that kind of correlates to that,
right,
a fresh culture.
Yep.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Did you feel like there was something missing in the market, as it pertains to what your brand really conveys? You know what I'm saying? Was there something missing that you saw that you wanted to fulfill? Was there a void?
At the time, I felt like I wanted to display my faith when I first started it. And, but when I did, I felt like, okay, there's not any cool faith-based brands out there. And there are some. There really are some out there, but I didn't really find them until I started searching more. So there are some super dope brands.
I saw the God is Dope one. And
that one. Yeah. You got Grateful Apparel.
Okay.
Forgiven Boutique was out here in Chicago.
Valiant Pursuit is one.
Valiant Pursuit is one.
Yeah.
Yep. Art of Homage. Art of Homage, me and Marcus from Valiant Pursuit, we kind of studied Art of Homage and kind of came from their school. And they were really great mentors to both of us, me and Marcus. And but there are some really dope brands out there that aren't in your face. And what my brand was doing, it was kind of in your face. I've never been an in your face person. I've been a more of a lead by example kind of person.
Okay.
And I'm an MC back in the day, so you give lyrics, and some of your lyrics have deeper meanings, and you say a metaphor, you say a bar, and it has like you got to think about it for a second.
For sure.
Right? And I wasn't displaying that in my brand. It was more like taking pop culture references and be like, boom, Jesus, and I used to,
it's like clickbait.
Yeah, and I've been that person who didn't like when somebody came to me with with it, all up in my face and like I used to have friends like that. I used to go to a church that used to say like, oh, if you ain't hollering right now, then you ain't believing. I'm like, but that's not my way of displaying it.
For sure.
Like, I'm a more chill person. I'm more of I'm a metaphor. I'm a bar.
Absolutely.
Things like that. So my brand, it wasn't what I believed that it should have been.
Okay.
So I shut it down after, and the sales reflected it. It reflected it, like $300 worth of sales between when I started in 2017 through 2018.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean? So I know brands start off low.
For sure.
But to me, that was significantly low. Right?
You did better than driving DoorDash.
You know what I'm saying?
Go out there and do some Uber Eats or something,
Right. Deliver some pizza, something.
Go out there and spit some rhymes downtown and put a hat on the ground.
Exactly.
Get some nickels.
Give me a bucket. But so I shut it down.
Yeah.
For 3 months.
Okay.
So we're back to the 3 again. For 3 months, I shut it down, started researching brands that I liked.
Okay.
What was I missing? What was I doing wrong? Why is this not reflecting who I am?
Okay.
For 3 months. So I searched brands like the brands I named a moment ago, the Marathon, Nipsey's brand, Paper Planes, the Hundreds, Stussy, all these brands. Started to look at them. It
was simplistic.
But
it had a meaning.
Exactly. Everything was so simple. And I was doing too much. So I figured it out. And so I came back and I was like, why? And the whole Stay Fresh thing came to my head because I used to always think it with the whole fresh culture, but I never used it.
Okay.
So went ahead and did it. I took the E out to make it symmetric. You can still see that it says fresh.
Of course, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I put it on the hat. Black hat.
It started as a hat.
White words, just boom.
Wow. Okay.
12 hats.
Okay. Different colors or just
the 12 black hats.
Oh.
To start.
Okay.
I started from square one.
Okay.
They sold out too quick.
Dang. Okay.
I made more off them 12 hats that I
from
made.
17 to 18. Look, you ain't got to tell me. You ain't even got to finish the story. Look, my business mind told me enough. Like, them 12 hats put you...
I did more.
You did more than break even.
You know what I'm saying?
Just off of 12 hats.
Just off of 12 hats. I did more in that 1 month. So
That's funny.
something went right.
Absolutely.
It went from 12 hats to re-upping on 12 hats, to doing black and white hoodies, to doing red and white hoodies, to now I'm experimenting with a whole bunch of other colors, bleached out hoodies, all these different things, t-shirts, et cetera, et cetera. And then before you know it, I went 200+% increase. Of course, it's not hard to do with $300,
I mean,
right?
come on.
But
17 to 18 set you up nice.
It set me up
all
nice.
you have to do is do the right thing.
But I went from $300 something to
Yeah.
almost 10 grand in sales.
I mean, ain't God good.
In that span, just by switching my brand, flipping my brand a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it worked. I ain't turned back since.
A fresh look, a fresh approach.
Yeah.
It's funny that you tell that story because one of the questions I was going to ask you was, were you always somebody that was into fashion? Was this something that, was progressively going to happen? But it sounds like you were called to it.
Yes to both. But when I was younger, I remember being in the eighth grade, and I took all white t-shirts, permanent markers, all different colors, and would draw my own shirts.
Okay.
I did it a few times. I didn't think twice about it. I didn't think I wasn't doing it to sell it.
Right.
I was just doing it because I thought it was dope.
Right.
Put Michelangelo and Ninja Turtle on a
Absolutely.
t-shirt of my own. I do it. I ain't think anything of it.
Right.
And I sit here and I look back. I'm like, what in the world? Why didn't it click then?
That was profound because if I'm not mistaken, you have a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle installment.
That's one of the reasons
right now.
why I brought it back. Because that thought ran across my mind.
Yeah.
And I said, let me go ahead and do that.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that was kind of like bringing it full circle.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Something else that I've noticed is that you definitely include elements of sneaker culture in a lot of your drops as well. Expound on that. You're obviously a sneakerhead. You try to, I guess, appeal to others who are sneakerheads as well. We got MJ with the 4s there. We got shoe boxes there.
Yeah.
There's just certain ones that are specific to sneakers. How do you choose, I guess, what that exact installment would be, I guess you could say?
It kind of happened organically. Like, I think when I rebranded and came back out with the whole Stay Fresh thing,
Okay.
it was just to make dope clothing, right? But I am a sneakerhead, and I would pair shirts and product pictures with some shoes. Just something I want to do because I like shoes,
Okay.
right? But then along the way, sneakerheads started gravitating to it. And, of course, I bleed Chicago Bulls red. So Mike, Scotty, those are our guys,
Sure. Yeah.
But so 2019, when they dropped the Fire Red 5s, right? On the first episode of The Last Dance.
Oh my God, the shock drop.
The shock drop, first
Is what
episode
you're talking
of
about
The Last
specifically.
Dance. And luckily I had my phone in my hand
Yeah.
because I was finna message somebody about The Last Dance, and then ba-bing, I'm like, what? What?
Hilarious.
Yeah, but the Fire Red 5 was my first ever Jordan
Okay.
that I ever owned.
Wow. Okay.
So that shoe meant a lot to me. So I was happy to get. I was looking forward to it coming out. I didn't know it was going to shock drop. I didn't even know it. It dropped, and the world went crazy.
For sure.
But so I decided to, when that shoe came out, I made this shirt called "The Beautiful Feet," which was a play off of how beautiful are the feet of those who share the good news.
Okay.
And that was the basis of the thought behind that. So I took a photo of Mike wearing those shoes. I didn't put Mike in the picture, but just basically like knees down, showing the shoes, highlight the shoes because the shoes are beautiful. The feet are beautiful.
Yeah.
Right? Beautiful feet.
Yeah.
And then, threw my Stay Fresh on there, white t-shirt, boom. And it sold out, right? And I was like, yo, it was a dope idea. So then the Fire Red 4s dropped. I said, I got to bring back the beautiful feet.
Yeah.
Which is why I did.
highlight it,
Yeah,
yeah.
which is why I did this shirt. And I went ahead and highlighted it again. This was after a steal by Bill Cartwright on the other end of the floor. Mike took off running. Cartwright threw it to Mike. Mike hit down court. He got the think by Clyde Drexler. Did his little thing,
Yeah,
you know how he
it's
does,
iconic.
and got the bucket and
It's
the whistle.
iconic,
You know what I
absolutely.
mean?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that's where this picture came from. And I highlight the Fire Sapphire Red 4s, you know, through my Stay Fresh Wings logo on there. And then this time I did put the words.
Oh, and he keeps it so pure with the Wings logo.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Yeah. And I still put the words on there. How beautiful are the feet of those who bring good news.
That's dope.
So
Yep.
I have my third one that I have up for pre-order right now of the beautiful feet, which I got even more graphic with it. Okay. It's in production still, so I don't have it here with me, but there's pictures of it.
Fine.
But yeah, so that's kind of how that came in there.
You've also gotten to the point now where you're doing collabs and everything with multiple sneakerheads, YouTubers, etc. You know, I'm wearing one right about now, you know, at your age, not your shoe size.
Shout out to TJ.
Shout out to my little sis, TJ. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, Women's History Month is coming soon. You know, I said, you know, I got Dante here. Why not rock the collab with my girl?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, I love that installment. I love the first installment specifically was going to charity, right? It was going to Breonna Taylor's
family.
So,
Yep.
I thought that was really dope. Are you doing anything else similar to, if it's not just a collab for charity, but just collabs just in general? What's coming down the pipeline for that?
I'm doing one with another sneakerhead, shoe tuber, Wyatt, everybody's favorite.
I'm familiar.
Yeah. So me and him are doing a collab starting February 1st.
Okay.
As well. He wanted to do one once he hit a certain number of subscribers. So
okay.
We're doing that. That's my guy, Kick Squad. That's my crew on YouTube. Gang.
What's up, Kick Squad? I know a couple of other ladies over there. You know what I mean?
D-Reed's Heat.
You know, thank you guys so much for
K-Fresh.
you know, what you guys do out there for sure.
Yeah.
D-Reed's and Kicks for Fresh.
Definitely.
Those my little sis right there.
Those are my girls. But and then Cappy.
I mean, come on.
Cappy Pondexter.
Chicago legend.
Chicago legend. Yes.
If you don't know, you need to know.
You need to know.
Google that thing. That's not our responsibility.
YouTube, something. Because she gets buckets.
Oh, she's not for play. You understand?
She gets buckets.
For sure.
Yeah, so we did a collab that she's an awesome person.
Okay.
She's a really down-to-earth person. She has a great spirit. She's a beautiful person. And for her to, and she tells me thank you. And I'm like, fam, you telling me thank you and that you're blessed to have met me and did this with me. I'm blessed. Because
that's humble.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm taken back that you even took my message, spoke on the phone with me about this, and even heard me out about this idea. You know?
I mean, it's something to be said, you know, the fact that she did react to you in that way. At the end of the day, you know, now no matter how accomplished a woman is sometimes, that support, oftentimes we don't really feel like we really get it. And so even to get somebody, you know, like yourself with a quality brand like that, I mean, I'm sure that's really what she mostly thought of. It's like, you know, he thought of me. Like, I'm just a basketball player. Like, I'm just an athlete. That's probably what she's thinking.
Probably, yeah.
You know, but to you and to me, she's a legend.
She's a legend to me.
Like,
she's a legend to me.
You know, so yeah, you got a lot of fresh stuff going on, a lot of good ideas. Do you have anything that you feel like the people need to know about your brand outside of what you've already said that really separates you? Because again, the biggest thing for me is shedding light on Black contributors to the culture, particularly those that, you know, are business owners. For you, obviously, with having an urban streetwear brand, a dope one, by the way, multiple ideas, different looks. It's not just a print on a t-shirt. You know what I mean? This is an actual design.
Yeah.
Like, this is an actual line. So what do you feel like you will want the folks to know?
I want people to see my stuff and feel that every piece has a purpose of some sort.
Okay.
You know, like there's always a meaning behind pretty much most of every shirt that I make. You know, I don't want to just put a shirt and throw the word of the day.
Okay.
Right? Flavor of the month on a shirt. I want people to look at it and be like, there's an actual deeper meaning behind everything. So if you look like at that one, Spike Lee is my favorite director.
For sure.
Do the Right Thing is one of my all-time favorite movies. And that scene with Radio Raheem is probably one of the most powerful moments inside one of the most powerful movies. You know, and he flashed that love, hate, four-finger ring.
Yeah.
You know, so I did that shirt, and that shirt meant that meant a lot to me to put. And the greatest of these is love. You know, of all the things that, you know, that God commands, one of the greatest of those is love. You got with the boxes there, you got the vulture. That's the culture vulture. So I drew him also, me using my art skills. I drew that whole picture. I drew
Absolutely
by hand.
No, that's dope.
But the culture vulture and the culture vulture in sneaker culture, in hip hop culture, and
it's a vulture in every culture.
In every culture, and
Bars.
spiritually, if you're dead, what does a vulture do? Right, it circles the
Circle
dead
around it,
carcass,
pick
right?
at you. Yeah.
Picks at you, right? Spiritually, when you're dead, that vulture can come and pick at you.
Absolutely.
You know, and that's also what that means as well. So everything there has a meaning behind it just being a cool piece of cloth. You know, and I
like how you clickbaited though. Let's be specific now. You clickbaited, where you know you'll put like something iconic or just something that's pop culture related, something that folks can identify with, and then throw that. You know, the greatest thing is love.
Yeah.
Beautiful feet.
Yeah.
Well, again, like I said, you know, one of the things I try to do is just, you know, celebrate the likes of you, right, and what you're doing. You do it in such a quality fashion where, you know, I can't do anything but respect it. Can't do anything but respect it, celebrate it, and try to highlight it. And, you know, I just try to be a vessel because, I'm always about being an advocate for Black business, Black-owned contributors, right? And so you align with that. You know, I don't just choose anybody. Now, let's be clear.
Hey,
you know?
I feel special.
Tell them, Royals.
The queen has chosen.
I don't choose anybody. So I was happy that you were excited when I asked you to do this. So first episode, like I said, I wanted it to be special, and so getting you on to kick this off this year, and in a different setting than when I've done it before as well. Like, I mean, it means everything to me.
You.
So. Well, listen.
It's everything to me.
And so, you know, again, dope brand, dope pieces. Make sure you go ahead and leave your socials so folks can know where to find you, your IG, your YouTube, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
And then we'll go into some fun stuff before we go.
Some fun stuff?
Yeah.
All right. You can find me at Afresh Culture. That's AFRESH Culture. That's everywhere. All social media platforms are Fresh Culture. Website is afreshculture.com. Also, on top of that, you can also go and like Local Heroes Workshop on Instagram as well. Me and a buddy of mine started a nonprofit to where we're trying to take streetwear and teach young kids, 13, 14, 15, 18, how to start their own brand from the idea all the way to the end. Beautiful. So I would like you guys to go follow that page too, because we are officially at a 501c3 now.
Oh, sure.
And we will start taking donations soon so we can get this thing going. We need a building.
Hey.
But we're trying to give back, you know?
Question about that. Are you making it like a weekend thing, or is this something that you want to like do whenever you can get slots for it?
As far as
for the workshop.
The goal is to be able to do this, period.
Oh.
That's my entire goal.
That's huge. That's paying it forward.
I need it to be what I do. And this brand will, of course, be a separate entity. But everything that I learned along the way in these 4 years of doing this, I have a lot of information to give. People come and ask me for a lot of information, and I'll give it.
Okay.
Because to me, the game is free, but the hustle is what's going to cost
Absolutely.
you. So not everybody going to take that information and do something with it, but what you're going to do with it is, I'll give it all day long. There's enough money to go around.
Right.
You know, but
so if folks are confused, what we're talking about here is he's actually providing a service for those who want to start their own brands. So you guys make sure you connect if that's something you want to do. This is a resource.
Yeah.
You know, he clearly has an established brand. He's clearly doing well with it. He's clearly successful with it. He's continuing to grow it. You want to be linked with somebody like that, especially if you're trying to do the same thing, right? So learn from the greats.
Oh, girl.
So I asked Dante to bring the shoe he was most excited about in 2020. Now he's wearing his, right? I'm not wearing mine. So what I'll do is I'll show the shoe I'm wearing.
Okay.
And then we can do our 2020 most excited shoe.
Okay.
Okay. So
right.
The shoe I'm wearing right now is the Live Together, Play Together pack, Air Force One.
Which is a dope Air Force
Yeah.
One.
So Nike decided they wanted to extend that particular campaign. Spike Lee did the Peace Raids originally. And then they re-released those, I want to say in November or December of
like that,
2020. Yeah. And so they dropped the Peace Raid or the Urban Jungle, whatever you refer to it as, the Air Force One, and then there's an Air Max One as well. Yeah. So I have the whole pack because I was actually excited about the whole pack. So I was happy when it released, and I don't care what nobody think. Hey, it's a slept-on pack.
It's a dope pack.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love it. It's very slept on, but I got it, and I was happy to wear these today. I ain't gonna front.
I like them.
So yeah,
dope.
That's what I'm wearing right now.
All right.
So for our 2020 shoe, I guess since you the guest, I'll do mine, and then you do yours. So
the ladies first, though.
So my shoe I was most excited about in 2020 is the LeBron 17 Low Space Jam. So for those who are media pop culture heads, you would know that Space Jam was supposed to come out in the summer of 2020. And so with the pandemic, it got canceled. And so this shoe came out during All-Star Weekend of 2020, which we know in Chicago, it was bumping.
Mm-hmm.
All-Star Weekend in Chicago was bumping. I was in them streets getting to it, okay?
You was getting them pickups.
Getting down to it. And when these dropped, I definitely had to have them. If I got nothing else that weekend, it was going to be these. I was waiting for them. I have the Space Jam pack. I don't have the Swag Hammer. I don't really count those as a Space Jam pack. I have the what was it, Monstars? Yeah, the Monstars 17 high, and then the Toon Squad 17 low. So, yeah, these joints is crazy.
But let's talk about two things on that shoe, though.
Yeah.
First, we'll go first with the insole, with the whole Looney Tunes thing
I mean,
on the
let's
insole
be
there,
clear
right?
now. Yeah, they probably can't see it. I'll try to zoom it in.
That's
but
with the That's All
yeah,
Folks
the
little
insole,
thing on there on the inside, right?
Yeah, it has that Toon Squad joint in the insole,
right?
For sure. Yeah.
But then it has freaking rabbit hair on the swoosh. We're not gonna skip over this rabbit hair.
Now listen, my
they
followers
shave Bugs and put him on the swoosh. Said, "Grow your hair back, Bugs. We putting this on the shoe."
And I've addressed this bunny hair already. Like when I did the little pickup review video, I already told them, and everybody knows I don't really do the whole crazy material type shoe type stuff. But just because I was excited about LeBron being in Space Jam, I went ahead and grabbed it because I thought that this pack, I call it a pack. Mm-hmm. I make my own pack.
There you go.
You know, it ain't even really a pack. But yeah, I had to have it. I don't care about the bunny fur.
Oh, it's dope though.
If it gets too crazy, I can, trim that thing down.
You
can figure this thing out.
But I like it though.
I might even cornrow that guy. Get up in there.
Put some Allen Iversons on it. Right.
Right. So yeah, that's mine. That's my 2020 most excited pickup. So.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Okay.
What you got?
So I'm gonna go ahead and pop one of them off. They're easy to slide off. Okay. We in Chicago.
Yeah.
You know, I'm an ill state kid, and being a streetwear brand owner, and one of the brands that I look up to, one of the people I look up to is none other than Joe Fresh Goods.
Yes.
I love everything he does. There's just something about the way that he tells stories in what he does, and I look up to that. You know, as a brand, I'm like, man, like I know that I can tell a story of some sort,
right.
But the way he does it, he's like the Slick Rick of this. You know what I'm saying? He's like the Slick Rick of storytelling on clothes. It's so dope to me. And this whole shoe has a story. I did a video on this. I don't think I've seen anybody do a video on these shoes.
I haven't seen anybody.
I feel like I'm the only one that did it.
I haven't seen an on-foot of them either.
Oh, no? Yeah, watch my video.
Oh, shoot.
But yeah, I think I'm the only one that did. No, take it back. There was a girl who did one after I did mine that I did see.
Okay.
But yeah, this shoe right here, when it came out, I was like, I have to get this. It's a Chuck Taylor. I like Chucks.
Okay.
You know, and the way that he did this and all the detail that he put into it, and being that it came full circle for him because he bootlegged some Chucks. You know,
Indeed, yes.
he bootlegged
It
some
came
Chucks,
full circle.
and
Yeah,
then
good choice of words.
Converse came to him and was like, "Yo, let's do
Yeah.
this for real
Absolutely, make it official.
and make it
for sure.
official." You know,
Yeah.
and for him to do that, man. And
What are the elements on there? Show
oh my
some,
God. Okay, so we got these checkerboards on here has something to do with the bootleg shoe that he did.
Okay.
The airbrush here is you know, you used to airbrush shirts and stuff back in the day or whatever. This is on one of the shirts that he released with this collection.
Okay.
This here is, I believe this part on here is too. You got some tie-dye, because you know tie-dyeing clothing.
It's very colorful.
Right, very, very colorful, which is why I went really loud with my pants.
For sure.
But this tag here represents that old liquor store white T-shirt.
Oh wow.
You know what I mean? If you feel here,
Let's see.
that's a T-shirt.
Oh wow. Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got
that is a
canvas
t-shirt.
everywhere else. This is a
Yeah,
T-shirt.
That's crazy.
You got that T-shirt tag from that liquor store white tee. You know what I mean?
That's dope.
And you know, there's some other element. Oh, his family reunion shirts that he did
Okay.
as well. And yeah, these were really, really dope. And this is a part of a shirt that's a part of the collection
Okay.
for the Converse that he did too. So it all just, he mixes it all together and tells a story of some sort. Some of the things did come full circle, you know, with the checkerboards from his original bootleg that he did.
Right.
And the Chuck Taylors are actually pretty they're not, the insole was not the same as most Chuck Taylors.
They've put the what is it called? Lunar?
Yeah, I don't
Lunar
know what it's
line.
called. Is it what
I
it
think
is?
it's called Lunar Line technology. It's a cushioning that they started putting in the Chuck Taylors.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So you can feel
It's
it when you
not
put them
flat
on. It's
like
not
it used to be.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's not flat. So you can feel it in the heel and in the ball of your foot. You can feel it. So it's not flat footed.
It's more responsive than what it's ever been.
Exactly.
So yeah, I'm glad you actually brought something a little different, because you know that would never make my channel. You know, I would never purchase that shoe ever a day in my life. It's dope. It's crazy.
I love
but
it.
Here's
It's
the
dope.
thing, like I mentioned before, like with this is about as funky as it's gonna get for the kid. This rabbit hair, it's about as funky as it's gonna get. So all that tie dye and all of that extra colorful stuff. Listen, that's a pleasure to have somebody bring something on there that I would never buy.
Yeah.
Okay, let's be clear.
I had to rock my tie dye. These are my pants. You know, I had to rock my tie dye pants with it. You know, I was like, I'm gonna get really, really loud down there. I'm gonna tone it down up
No,
top
I
a little
mean
bit.
it works. It works 1,000%. So there we go.
Yeah,
there we
yeah.
go.
That's
No.
my favorite pickup of 2020.
Hey, listen.
Hometown stuff.
And with that,
Yeah.
that's the best way to end this thing. You actually the first sneaker YouTuber I've done this with so far. So
for real?
that's why I wanted
what's
to
up.
add this element there. So that kind of gave us a fun little twist to the conversation. So, but yeah, man, thanks again for your time.
Thank you.
Royals. Our history is now episode 1. Got Dante from a fresh culture. Sorry, a fresh culture. Let me say it right. Let me say the King's brand right. A fresh culture.
It's all good.
We live at BPM Studios, aka Gym House Recording Studio. Be clear. My girl DJ Gemini on the ones and twos back there. Y'all can't see her, but she over there. She making it happen. Black owned everything. That's where we out. Dante,
Thank you.
thank you. Thank you all. All right, we out of here.
The queen is hyped up. The queen is hyped up.